Okay. Good Lord, my brain. I'm not yet back from vacation, apparently. Welcome in, everybody. It is a Secret Tuesday stream. It's almost the end of the month. I was just going to work on the video game today. If there are... Oh, excuse me. Oh, yawning right at the beginning of the game. Great. If there are anybody... If there is anybody who is a Patreon member who would like a random viewer suggestion, feel free. Feel free to shoot me an idea. Because it is technically the end of the month. Oh, the Necromancer video. What a dick. Yeah. Pretty funny. I still think that's a really funny one. Just impotent serial killer who can't seem to actually kill anybody. Definitely would start thinking everyone was immortal or something. Jordan, welcome in. How are you today? Oh, how loud is this tavern music? Let's find out. It's not even on. There it is. Okay. We're going to do that. Am I muted? Did I mute myself? Where's my audio at? Okay. I think that'll work. We're going to go ahead and give it a go. Viewer suggestion today? It is a Tuesday, so it is a viewer suggestion for Patreon members. Last time we had 2 suggestions, so I'm also going to be working on the game today. So I've got to make a bunch of little assets, as well as we can just start like brainstorming new ones. We've basically been in kind of a weird thing for the last couple months because of summer and family. So I have a whole bunch of crap to do. and yeah, here we are. So we're just kind of like trying to get back into things. Is really what we're doing. Trying to get back into it. We were talking about a while ago making a little slime man, and then that turned into drawing 3 goblins in a trench coat. So I'm also totally fine with people suggesting no suggestions from the YouTube polls. So I have suggestions from the YouTube polls. Those will be tomorrow. Those will be tomorrow's live stream. Yeah. So tomorrow and Friday. So if you put a suggestion on the post, that will be for tomorrow. Today is a work day. Yeah. Sorry, Jordan. But we are just going to be working today. There we go. I got to design some stuff. I got the character select screen done, which is great. For the game, Wonder if I can show that off in Discord. Let me see if I can. You still have time to chat. I do today. The boy's asleep. We're gonna see how long that lasts. We'll do our best. There we go. I guess I could put. I don't know if I want to do that. Unity's kind of a strange beast. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But I got the little character select going here, so we can start making more characters. Got the archer, the lancer, the mage, and then see these don't have little. I gotta make this look good. This looks like crap. but yeah, We also don't have level buttons yet, but we've got all their little stats populatable, which is great. And then we can launch the game. Got a little walkie animation, and then we got a game. We got a game that works. It's not super great yet. Still got lots of testing stuff here. All these little towers just to test out. This is a big play field. The characters can pick up little power-ups, little fire moves, and we can fight crabs, which is what what everything's about. Fighting crabs. Blunk, blunk. Blunk, blunk. Eat it. So yeah, so the game's coming along, which is cool. It's just no polish because I haven't had time to actually like do art for it. So we're gonna do some of that today. That's the big goal. Is to try to do that today. Do a little more dev for it. Discuss things. Yeah. I love Game Dev. Cool. Yeah, I'm still on the fence about a lot of things because this project really was. I started doing game design years and years ago, and just never really did it myself since then. And so this one was very much, hey, I know a little bit about coding. I know a little bit about a lot of stuff, but not enough to really do anything. Let's use AI and actually try to build something. So I spent the last year, I guess better part of this year, making the code for this game to work. And we're here. We're here now. The game works. It functions. And now it's going to be a lot of playing around with stuff and seeing what people like and what I like and what makes the game good. So the only really aesthetic choices I've chosen so far are every character needs a mask. Every character should have some kind of black body. I don't want a lot of detail there. I just want like basically goo. And then we have like the classes set out. So there's ranged, casters, and melee, and those are open up for interpretation. So I guess maybe we could do it that way. So we have ranged, which just shoots a projectile. We have melee. Is that how you spell melee? That doesn't seem quite right. Maybe there's one L. And then we have casters. Cast. And then within that we have tanks. People that are really tough. We have DPS. We have supports. And these can be any mix and match of things to build. Me and my little brother tried to game development, but it was too complicated, too many numbers and variables. It happens, yeah. And that was one of the reasons I wanted to do try AI, because AI is good at that. It's good at numbers and tracking things like that. So I know basic Unity scripting, which is basically C#. You can also use Java, but I'm not a fan of Java, so we went with that. And yeah, it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good so far. I've had to call some of my friends who are coders, and I've been able to break down a lot of problems that we've run into. But with the kiddo, I've basically only been working on this for like an hour at most. Hour, maybe 2 hours a day. So we've come a long way in a very long amount of time. But yeah, Alexander, welcome in. But I have to head to bed soon. Have a fun stream. Good luck with game building. Thank you, Alexander. I appreciate that. Have a wonderful night's sleep, and we'll go from there. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully, for the other live stream. But yeah, so a lot of this stuff feels really basic, and I think that's kind of the good thing about a lot of games. Like, if you want to design a game, start as simple as possible. And I already broke that rule. I went a little complicated with trying to make the like weapon sets and stuff work. So I might have to find a way to simplify that a little more. But otherwise, I'm having a lot of fun. With it. I'm not sure how people want to watch this. I got my character sheet here. This is a good example of what I've been working on. Let's see what's going on here. What's going on here? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. And then I've been making the like basic icons for these. So I might want to do that today just to try to like clean it up. But I kind of just want to draw. I want to doodle. I want to talk about the game. So I think that would be fun. We need to make an ooze boy. We need to make an ooze boy. And we need to make a kobold. Kobold. So we need ooze. And we need to design the kobold boy. Those are our 2 challenges today. And then we'll have 6 characters, which that could be too many, but it's fine. Hopefully in the next week or 2 I'll be able to get the multiplayer working, which would be awesome. And then I will I'll actually start passing. I could actually start sending out games now if people want, since the character select works. I need to get the end screen doesn't work. So that's where I'll get today, and then if people would like copies of the game to just download and dick around with, I will build that out for you tonight. Most of my characters look like birds right now. I don't know if I should keep that as the theme, or if that should just be kind of my own jam, you know. Characters that I like that I make look like birds, and that's fine. So we have a mask, we have an accent, we have a chess piece, mask, chest, and then the body is just a body type. That's totally fine, it doesn't do anything. Most likely what I'll do is I'll have 3 or 4 basic body shapes, and then everything else will kind of land on top of those. But that can be fast and loose too. I'm not worried about that. Body. Looks like he's got a little hat. I kind of like that. Little bird with a hat. If centaurs are intelligent, self-aware creatures, why entertain the idea of eating them? It's not like the same as eating an octopus, which is also intelligent. Because they're horses. Like, I know a lot of people in America like don't eat horses, but that's why we introduced that idea. It's like, I think a good rule of thumb is if it can talk to you, don't eat it, right? Like, just don't. Octopuses are kind of real close to that because they can communicate with you. Because like, there's vegetarians. And then literally everything else from there is a slippery slope. Right? So, if you're not a vegetarian, then I think you have to make these delineations of like, what do you eat and what don't you eat, until you get to cannibalism, and then it's like, ooh. So centaurs, if they're half people, the question is, are they actually half people, or are they people shaped? Like a minotaur is technically a person with a weird bull head, but they are a person first, so you don't worry about eating minotaurs. Merfolk, on the other hand, were they people first or fish first, or are they fish-shaped people? Fish eat fish all the time. And we eat beef, which is mammal, but we don't eat monkeys. Some people eat monkeys. See where this is a slippery slope? You got to talk about it. Entertain the idea and then make a decision, I think, is the best way to do it. Okay. Ooze boy. So we need an accent, a mask, a chest piece, and a body piece. This guy, and then we also need to decide which one of these 3 and these 3 that they're going to be. So we're basically just going to design the ooze boy here. Let's take a look. Ooze sounds really goopy, so maybe we start with like an Among Us body. That might be a good place to start. And then do we go real big head? Real big head could be funny. I've basically made an Among Us character, but that's fine. I've just made an armored Among Us character. That can be kind of oozy, though, right? I just watched the... oh no, what is it called? Dead Cells. The Dead Cells anime. Which I really think was like YouTube shorts that they put on. Amazon last night? I think I watched it on Amazon. I don't know. Pretty funny. Pretty funny little shorts. They're not very long at all. But I like that idea of kind of giving a story through different media. Can always be kind of fun. In one of the Titan movies, it takes place in ancient Greece where the Minotaur was a human-like head. Minotaur was a human-like head that had a cleft mouth. Oh, they just didn't make him very bullish at all. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, I mean, it was a cursed person. I think a Minotaur is closer to a werewolf than not, than a bull. If that makes any sense. Okay, what kind of face would a ooze mask have? Maybe instead of a armor, this should be like a cape, like a drippy cape. That could be kind of fun. Just make them real goopy. Look like they've got an egg on their head or something. Don't drop penises. Try not to make dangly penises, please. Are there any famous slime characters? I guess what's the Dragon Warrior? Maybe Dragon Warrior has a good slime I should look at. Oh, I didn't put this on a different layer. Shame on me. Let's do that. Boop, boop. Just shake the hell out of the screen real quick. Phillips, welcome in. Rimuru is a famous slime character. What's that from? And or send pictures in Discord. Venom is a famous slime character. Kind of. I could make this guy look like a mimic. That would be really funny. Or like a gelatinous cube. That would also be really funny. Holy shit. Do I make them cube shaped? Oh no. What do you think of octopus balls? Phrasing. I mean, was a famous slime character. Yeah, Phillips, you're going to have to explain. I don't understand. What do you think about octopus balls? They're basically pancake balls and bits of octopus on them in Japanese food. I don't like them. I am on the fence of don't eat octopus because they terrify me. Not like, ew, gross, I can't eat that. Because I'll eat squid, like, all the time. Fuck squid. But octopuses terrify me. So I don't eat them. But I think generally they're delicious. I've had one or two in the past, and they're not bad. I've just decided to abstain from them. I'm against eating octopus because they're intelligent. Yeah, I think I agree with that. I had a professor once who was very adamant about Fish being way smarter than people give them credit for. Specifically, like, a lot of students think that fish are real dumb when they're studied in a lab, but the thing is they're really bored, because when they're studied in a lab they're not given the ability to really like branch out. Whether or not they have like emotions, like say cows or something, you could make an argument for that. Happy cows are good cows, because they're not, their brains don't work the same ways as ours do. Same thing with octopuses. Like, I don't know if they can form bonds and they can remember people, but I don't know if they're like, they don't have the quite emotional range that we do. But they seem happy and sad too. So yeah, don't eat those. I don't like this square. A square Among Us character I've made. Do we make it look like a fried egg, or do we make it look like a gelatinous cube? That's the question. That's the question we have to answer. What if... Okay, hear me out. Here's some images of Rimuru as requested. Oh, is that from when I got reincarnated as a slime? Is that what that is? I think I've seen things about that. I've never actually watched it, though. Is that show like a power fantasy thing? Like, is the guy super powerful, or is there some weird reason that the slime is any good at anything? Okay, we could make this really funny and put a skull in it, but then I think it will infer that the person is dead, and I don't know if I want to infer that. It should be a mask. Gorus, welcome in. How you doing?
I'm alright, just got done washing dishes. That's where it was.
How's the weather?
God all.
Yeah.
Lots of rain and lots of humidity. And like we're under like some parts of my state is like the heat index is supposed to be like 112. Like enough, not where I live, but yeah, it hot.
Yeah. I lucked out. We went on vacation and kind of.
You don't want to move to the southeast?
No, I don't.
We got almost dirt cheap land.
That's true. That is true.
Get it while it's hot, because we got people building cabins everywhere to rent them out.
That is, no, don't even get me started on that. I'm good. I don't want to talk about it. I listened to, I'm just going to put it this way. I listened to, it might have been Dave Ramsey, actually, talking about, like, supply and demand of housing right now. And it's like, the problem is that the demand is people investing and wanting to buy and build. Like, there is a housing shortage because people can't afford to buy houses to live in. But
yep.
There's a retail shortage, which is why house prices are going up. And he's like, yeah, it's because people want to buy houses. It's like, no, people want to buy houses to rent them, and no one can afford that. Like, that's the problem. There's scarcity in housing in both people wanting to buy, and then the people buying for investments is making houses even harder to get for living. And it's a stupid cycle.
Mostly because my area has it's basically a big state park.
Yeah.
And so people are buying up parcels of private land that was in state park that the people there have like died, and the family has moved away, so they're buying those up to like put in like rental cabins for people to come and stay. And
yep, it's frustrating.
Honestly, none of that money gets brought into the local economy. That just goes directly to the
right
bank. of bank account of whoever is renting it.
Very, very powerful slime. Sadly, they kept their human form as default. Yeah, that's too bad. If you're gonna be a slime, people. Hal's Moving Castle made me love sunny side up eggs. The breakfast scene from Sophie and Hal's cook gave me drive of some kind, you know. Yeah, it made me cook more. Drive to make eggs that aren't scrambled into an omelet. I love. If you wanna improve your cooking skills any little bit, the trick that I love to give people is buy a pan, 4 eggs. Just a really small frying pan, like 6 to 8 inches. Not like 1 egg, but we want 2 or 3 eggs to fit in this pan. That's it. And then only use it for eggs. Just only ever use it for eggs. Put a little butter in it or a little oil in it. Cook your eggs in it. Never use it for anything else. And learn how to flip it. Like how to flip the eggs over without using a spatula. And you'll make amazing eggs, and people will love them, and that pan will last you years and years and years because you don't beat it up with, whisks and whatever else you're doing.
No.
Dedicated egg pan. I admit to being late to the party on chat, but I may have a problem with loving it too much. The ooze chat? What are we talking about? What do you love about chat that's bad? Steak, rice, eggs tried to turn into a food combination. Yeah, I made a whole bunch of what's called Gringo Killer. I don't know what it's actually called, but it's like Serrano chili sauce. It's a Peruvian thing that we used to make. I used to have to make it up at work when I worked at a Peruvian fusion restaurant. Oh, ChatGPT, gotcha. And the meal that they would give us for free when we worked there was steak, eggs, rice, and that Gringo Killer. It was really good. I love it. It was so delicious. So I've been making it. I made it all day when I was up on vacation, and I still have some.
Right, I would argue yes, that is a problem.
Yeah, I've been reading a lot of things about corporations basically being like, if you can't use ChatGPT, you're gonna just fail out of your own job. And then on the other side of it, I call reading.
Bullshit.
So that's fine. That's totally fine. That's what corporations want, right? They're like, hey, yeah. It's going to be integrated into everything. And then on the other side of it, it's like people are using ChatGPT to, in lieu of therapists, in lieu of doctors, in lieu of anything. And it's like, yeah, these ChatGPT should be used for augmenting and making things easier, not replacing things completely. So yeah, no. That's just, be careful with that. Go to your doctor. That's all I'm saying. I'm just asking it all kinds of bullshit.
It's arguably even worse than going to WebMD.
Yeah, that's the other side of it. Is like,
you're going to get people's bad takes in your response from chat, from like WebMD, and just like, oh yeah, you have cancer, totally.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of like, that phenomenon is not new, right? Because people for the last 5-10 years have just been, I'll just Google that without vetting anything. And yeah, ChatGPT takes that one step further, because you now no longer have someone to point a finger at when you go, hey, I did that thing on YouTube and it blew up. You're just going to be like, hey, ChatGPT, I did that thing you told me and it blew up. And ChatGPT is going to be like, I see what you did wrong. It's like, so be careful. Like, we're losing accountability. We're losing accountability and trust.
Yeah. My big issue is that the servers that they use are just
the servers that they use? What do you mean?
So for AI, they have big server storages to store every bit of data. They're like rerouting rivers to cool that shit down. And like, that's my big issue with it now. It's not the stealing. It's like, we're literally killing the environment for this bullshit.
And that, I don't think that is a problem. Don't get me wrong. But that's inevitable. That's an inevitable thing. that has always been that will need to happen regardless. Like for the last 75 to 50 to 75 years, people have been thinking about that, right? It's just like, how are we going to house the amount of computing processes we want to use? And instead of it being part of the integral infrastructure of the United States and like paying money for it and like, hey, let's use green energy to do that, it's just like, let the companies figure it out, and they're doing it shittily. So that will be, I think that will become...
Google bought a nuclear reactor to revamp it into a server farm, basically.
Yep.
And it's like, we could be using that. But no, Google has to have its way. Sorry, I'm really bitter.
That's fine. I think your head's in the right space, right? It's like, unfortunately, we are using
bro,
that,
you
right?
didn't. I was kind of already thinking about this today, and like, because I've not had anyone around to talk to for like 2 weeks.
It's all right.
Not your fault.
But no, I do think that's the... I'm just making this an Among Us figure so bad, and I don't want it to do that.
That literally is. That's just Death Among Us.
How do I make Ooze character? If Gordon Ramsay tries his best dish and you can produce, and he said it's adequate, would you consider it a compliment or not? What's the best thing you can make? I'm gonna divert, but I wanna get back to what we were talking about. If he says adequate, yeah, that's great. That's good. I think that's a compliment. What's the best thing I can make? That's a good question. I don't know. I've made a lot of things. I mean, my favorite thing to make is like chicken adobo tacos. But like, it's not fancy or anything. It's not hard either. It's just...
Yeah.
It's just it is. Pent up backlog. Yeah. No, so like, I really do think what you were saying with like, we could be using that for whatever. I think we are using that, and that's the problem, is that we're with
I don't think we are.
We in the United States aren't in a power deficit. We are slowly gaining one because of the additional use of all the AI and like the crypto farming, which is stupid. So the fact that private companies are building their own shit to accommodate that is good, because that will keep the strain from, coming back to the United States. That being said, I still think we should try to have a power surplus moving forward, because oil could become scarce all of a sudden, or we could fuck up the atmosphere so bad that wind gets really fucked up. Like, there's a lot of things. We should be working more on power, and we're not. We need a much better infrastructure for, if we want electric cars and we want these huge server farms and we want people to have basically unfettered energy access, which I just don't think we have right now. We're much better than other parts of the world, but we could be better.
Yeah. My big thing is, I think it's just these private corporations are just getting away. I'm like, oh no, let us do it. And it's like, and they don't do it. They don't do anything.
They don't do it well, right? Like, I think that's what you're saying.
They just pocket the money and put something up. It's like, yeah, this is the best we can do. I'm like, add that Oracle. This is the best Oracle could do.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, look at Texas, right? Like, Texas very much wanted to privatize their own power, and it's had its issues.
Yeah,
and that's an argument for...
And like, the only thing that kept them from like going completely powerless is the solar farms.
Yeah.
And wind farms that they had. But they're like, oh no, oil is what saved us. I'm like, no, it wasn't.
Ooh, I keep getting weird. I think it's because I go to Facebook. Facebook is fucked up. Facebook is a scary place.
Yeah, don't go there.
I don't mean to, but like, I go there to like check on my family, and then I get sucked in. I keep getting AI generated, like, welcome to the theme park of the giant creatures, and it's like, it's just weird cryptid shit. that's AI generated. I kind of like that. Those are kind of neat. And then the other thing I get is people mining in coal mines, and it's just like, I hate this. I hate everything about this. This is terrifying. These poor people are going to get murdered.
They will either die in a collapse or die from miner's lung.
Yeah. We don't really
As someone who lives in the region that has historically provided a lot of coal for the United States, it's terrifying.
We don't use things until we do. Like, electricity is so ubiquitous these days, it would be more than an inconvenience if we couldn't afford them anymore. Yeah, exactly. Especially, like, with a lot of people, like in Idaho, natural gas was so cheap for so long that everyone had, and maybe still has like gas heating instead of like baseboard heating, which is pretty common. But like around here, it's a lot more baseboard heating, and they want everybody to convert to pumps, and natural gas is getting super expensive, and it's a pain in the ass. So it really is like, if you want everybody to switch to electricity, which is, I think, the smart thing to do, because fossil fuels are not
great.
Infinite. Yeah, like they're finite. So there's no reason not to start investing now before we need it, you know? So yeah, that's my take on it. Okay, this, I just created something that I think might be a problem. The mask is its own piece. The body is its own piece. So the body is just going to come up over the head, though. That should be fine. And then we have this little bauble, which can just be its own thing as well. Yeah, this will work. I think this is good. I don't know where...
The only thing I don't want to switch electric to is, like, a stove. Like a cooking stove.
Sure. So I am a big fan of gas stoves. They're amazing. They heat well. They're awesome. Mm-hmm. They are a little bit toxic, which is not great.
Yep.
But convection ovens are... I'm slowly coming around to them. They're amazing.
Okay.
Like, Dalcor got one.
I tend to lose power a lot in like parts of the summer and winter time. So like we need a gas stove.
Infrastructure. What if there was a power plant right next to your house?
That ain't gonna do anything whenever ice causes trees to collapse and snap the lines in two.
Use space heaters and air conditioners. Yeah. I think it'd be really interesting to really work on like solar roofs and solar power stuff for a lot of especially places like that. The big problem is still power storage. Like Musk tried to make what the hell he called this stupid powerhouse or whatever.
I had no idea.
I would not be surprised if in 5 to 10 years from now we start seeing some of the first generation car batteries being used to just power people's houses. Like, people just gonna rip them out of old Teslas.
There are homesteaders that are doing that, basically.
Yeah. I think that's going to be, like, you're gonna see it at Costco. Is my assumption. You're gonna see like refurbished car batteries as power stations from Costco. Like, that's definitely gonna start, because they're gonna have to reuse those batteries anyways somehow, and I bet that was where they will go. Space heaters and air conditioners. Heat pumps, that's what I was trying to say. Heat pumps are kind of around here, work really well, and are just fully electric, so you don't need gas. But money and power. If you want everyone to do that, you need to up your power usage, your power consumption. Think about it like Protoss from Star Trek. God damn it.
Nuclear power.
Not Star. World of Warcraft. StarCraft. There we go. Did it. Protoss from StarCraft. You need more pylons. Need additional pylons. Solar power is hit or miss, in my opinion. The power source is externally dependent on the weather, not on the God controls the skies. Yeah, and that's why like storage is more important, right? Like you have to supplement it. You have to have a good stable system of keeping your cells charged until the sun comes back. So it doesn't work everywhere. Stargate? Did you say Stargate? I probably did. My brain just stalled. Okay, let's design this slime boy. So the thing with this character, I think, is we were talking about pseudopods. I think last time I was talking about this. So he's gonna have a really short-ranged attack. Maybe it's really short-ranged, and then the last one is really long. So just like whap whap whap. We can do that. Do something like that. But I think this might either be a defensive character or a support character. Wham. Because my thought was they should be focused on putting like pools on the ground. Sticky, gooey pools. So every time they attack, they could just plop poop down. And then on the third attack, they plop 3 poops down, maybe? That could be interesting. It's like plop, plop, plop. One, two, and then 3. I've made a penis again. Stupid ooze penises. So we could have these do damage. They could just be like an acid pool. Or we could make them slow. And I think that might be the better way to do it. I took 2 days off. I'm not there. Do you think you could look up how to do something for hundreds of detailed instructional pages? Yeah, that sucks. Sorry, Brian. That's no fun. Maybe you should just automate your entire workflow into AI. Or replace all your coworkers. Just do it yourself and replace your coworkers with AI.
So it did not mean to come out swinging today.
No, that's all right. So yeah, I think short range, low damage. Right, so like that's our first hitbox. And then the second hitbox would be maybe a little longer. Would it get longer or wider? One. Two. Double the range. Four sounds pretty good. It still looks like a penis, but that's okay. Maybe it shouldn't go longer then. Maybe that's... If people don't understand what I'm saying, please let me know. Okay. Okay. What if 2 is here? And then 1. So all of the melee characters have like a combo move. You can do 3 combo. So what if we do that? So the first time you attack, you just like, you always swing your little dagger, regardless. It could just be the same swing every time. So you have some actual damaging attack. But then the first time, that's whatever. It makes 1 poop on the floor. The second time, It makes 2 poops on the floor, and the last time it makes 5? 4? Whoop, whoop, whoop. So that way you can just basically cover yourself in poop if you keep attacking. That could be interesting. What would his second and ultimate move be? Line of poop, big poop? Or ranged poop? I think YouTube's probably going to ban me for saying poop so much. Gas attack, fart. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'd quit, but they somehow find a way to break up my pre-planning on a party. You should have like a quilting party, and then on the day when you get there, find a way to like shuffle the letters around so it switches from quilting to I'm quitting. I just wrote that as guilting. I don't know why that. And then when they ask you about it, you can just be like, I told you guys I was planning this. Oh, that was a typo. I told you this months ago. Okay. So the secondary attacks are usually defensive moves, like knockbacks, or I think they're all knockbacks actually. Now that I think, except for the tank. The tank is actually it's a damage move because everything else he does is defensive. So if this thing's primary function is to slow people down with goo, should his secondary attack be an attack, or should it be a lot of goo? Kind of think it should be a lot of goo. I think we're going essentially going melee support here. I know, Corvus, you wanted to do something like this with thorns, so maybe this should be more damage than brambles. Or would brambles be better than slime for damage? So many options. Let's do goo as a support, as a slow function. And then when we make the thorn character that Corvus wanted, we'll make them a ranged tank. So they can like shoot barbs at people and give them thorns. That will be cool. And then their secondary can be pools of thorns. So let's do this guy as a support. So secondary attack. Usually make them do like circular. What if we just did like a real big thwomp? Just like a goo thwomp. Something like that. Bleh. And it can leave a big pool. Big pool of goo. Cupcakes with letter on it? Yeah. Oh, they screwed up the cupcakes. Hold on a second. Later, bitches. I've made Kog'Maw. I've made Kog'Maw from League of Legends. God damn it. I feel like that's going to keep happening, regardless of what I do. Kog'Maw's great, though. I love Kog'Maw. Let me find a picture so people know what the hell I'm talking about. He's an artillerist, though.
Sorry, I'm back.
Welcome back. I've accidentally created Kog'Maw.
Who?
Kog'Maw from League of Legends. So empty. Well, do I lean into that or do I not lean into that? That's the question.
Will you get in trouble from Riot?
I mean, this isn't a competitive MOBA, so probably not. Maybe he doesn't have to shoot goo. Is Kog'Maw's move an actual, like, I think it is a line that slows people. Let me look this up.
I don't know. You played the game, not me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm looking it up.
That was more aggressive than I meant.
Kog'Maw moves. Moveset, sure. Okay, let's see what he got. Continue to cite. He's full DPS, which is fine. Okay, Caustic Spittle. Okay, just removes their armor and magic resistance. He does not slow at all. Perfect. Oh wait, Void Ooze. Kog'Maw spews a gob of ooze at the target directed to the man. The field of ooze is created wakes for 4 seconds, slowing enemies. Block. Okay. Yep, we made Kog'Maw. Okay. Starting over. What does ooze do? I mean, it's sticky.
They melt people.
So, okay, so you were gone. I did ask this question. We were talking about your Thorns character.
Yes.
Because it's very similar. It's very similar. And I was wondering, should Thorns... I think this character could be melee support where they're just making lots of slows with ooze. And then the Thorns character could be either a ranged or melee tank that has thorns on them and puts down brambles that hurt people, like instead of slowing them down.
Okay.
So I think thorns could be more damagey versus ooze being slow. But this could be acid, and we could swap that.
Well, almost all oozes are acid-based slime. So.
Yeah.
Just gotta throw baking soda on them.
Put a silver platter tray. Excuse me, with the tray. Made it look like rat poison. Eat. The guys didn't even think they ate them, so I believe it's some ways possible. Just testing out different ways. Dangerous. I think this is smart. This is smart and unique, and this is not Kog'Maw. So, the dropping ooze like this. So I think that's smart. This I think is Kog'Maw, 100%. So we'll scrap that. We could do a trail. That could be fun. But see, like, a trail makes me think that like a slime trail makes me think Rise? Is that right? There's another character that Bert, or no, it starts with a B. It's not Blaze. Brand.
Hang on.
Brand leaves a fire trail. And so does Singed. Singed leaves a fire trail. But it's goo. So there's no way I'm not making a League of Legends character. That's fine. There's too many of them. Riot did everything.
There's also literally a slime dude.
Mm-hmm. Who punches people. He just punches people. That's all he does. Zach is a pseudopod, not a goo. Maybe he leaves pools when he punches people. I don't know. Let's define this character a little more. Do we want him to be sticky, burny, or slimy? That's the question. Because if he's slimy, we could make him real fast. Yeah, we could make him an old Jewish man.
Yeah, that's where my mind was going, like Bernie. Just screaming socialism at people.
Big fan of grape Kool-Aid. Grape Kool-Aid's pretty good.
Let's see.
What
Stretchy
tower?
strikes.
I guess this guy would have a slowing tower, right? That would make sense.
So those literally stick to people and drag them to you. Elastic slingshot.
Are you reading Zach's moves?
Yeah.
He's sticky.
Yeah. He bounces around.
Bouncy and sticky. He's flubber. It's a flubber character.
Yep. That's a dated reference.
Mm-hmm. And did you ever watch the original?
I mean, I watched the old Disney movie.
Yeah. Well,
Flubber.
There's the absent-minded professor, and then there's Flubber. The Robin Williams one was a remake. I don't know if people knew that.
And it's the only make we need. Has Robin Williams in it.
Who was in the original? I actually liked the original. I don't know if I liked it better, but I liked it. Fred McMurray.
Just chitty chitty bang bang, basically.
Yeah. Flying jalopy.
It probably also bombed horribly.
I don't know. I liked it.
Doesn't mean it was like not enjoyable to
1961.
watch.
Released in March 1961, the film was a box office success. 2 years later, it became the first Disney movie to have a sequel, Son of Flubber. It's also the first Disney film to be colorized for the VHS release. It's one of the last black and white Disney films. I'll be right back. The boys awake. What's up, kid? Alright, we're back. Whoops. What just happened? Photoshop just crashed. Hold on a second. There we go.
Ruh-roh.
Okie dokie. Maybe we should look at gelatinous cubes more than League of Legends characters. But League of Legends characters are, like, not bad. Because they're based off of Dota characters, which was a tower defense game. What are you doing? No, you can't have the pen, kid. No. So, if we're talking about... There's two types of gameplay in this. There's lanes, and there's arenas, we're going to call it. My thought was either you build, like, defenses here, and then you fight here, or you create bottlenecks at the end of arenas, and, like, build defenses here so that your characters can run around and fight. So maybe I need to start thinking about these characters as, are they laners, or are they arena fighters? You cannot have the pen. Last few minutes my electricity shut off. More power plants, people. We need them. Everyone should get a solar panel. Okay, hear me out. What if his ultimate move is the gelatinous cube? Do you think WotC would sue me? So he doesn't move, and he just makes a giant cube of poop on the floor. And anything that walks into it just, like, slowly dissolves. Would that be better or worse than attacking? I could make it based on attack speed. That would force an attack speed. I can make it based on attack speed and damage. So it just does double their attack speed or double their damage on the same ticks. So that way it would always be advantageous to use the move. There's no way that you would accidentally, like, it's better for me just to attack because it would be based on the same stats. I think that would be smart. I'll do that.
Okay. I was going to suggest maybe the cube acts as, like, is, like, programmed as a, like, defense tower and just draws enemies into it to get dissolved.
That could be really fun, actually. Or if, like, the right click just drops like a little goo that the enemies would attack. That could be fun. You'd want to place those carefully, I guess.
Yeah.
I could make that a projectile, and then the projectile itself would just be... Okay, kid, if you want to draw, I'll let you draw for like 5 minutes. And then we're probably going to call it, because I'm pretty sure you drawing is going to break everything. Here you go. I like that. I like that idea. That they're actually, like, dropping a tower. Like a mini tower.
Yeah. It's just like a big brick of goo.
And then again, that could also be their... Well, their tower, because each character has a unique tower. Their tower should be like a big goo spewing slow tower. And that could literally just be like the same thing as the ultimate, but in tower form. So you put the tower down and everything within 10 feet is slowed because it just... Yeah, goo volcano. Exactly. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Kid, you gotta chill out. Yeah, you're Let me do it my way by breaking the pen. Kid. Yeah. I gave him one of the Wacom pens, one of my old ones. And the only piece of it I can find is like a small piece of rubber from the grip. I don't know what happened to it. Like, I don't know where he could have put it, thrown it. It's just gone. The pen is just gone. Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't think I'm gonna get any more work done here, but I think we have a good basis for this character, which is good. I can't show off the game because he's drawing on the tablet. And if I stop him, he's gonna scream, and he's gonna be real mad. So I think I'm gonna have to sneakfully just end the stream to diffuse this situation. Hey, do you want to play with something else? Can you show off? Can you show off to the people online? What sound does the doggy make? Roof. What sound does the doggy make? Not paying attention. Okay. I think that's what we're going to call the stream today. I'll probably be around in the Discord just hanging out. I might want to go take a 10-15 minute walk just to like give the kid a break because he just woke up. And then we'll be back and I'll be working on this for the rest of the day because I don't have anything else to do. So, thanks for hanging out today. Thanks for your suggestions and your comments. You dropped the pen. That means I get to take over the computer. We'll be back tomorrow for the viewer suggestion. And then Friday as well, hopefully, I think. Yeah, there's nothing going on this week. Yeah, go watch the YouTube short for today. I think it's funny. Go like those. My revenue for some reason during the summer has just like tanked. So that's sad. So if you'd like a commission, commissions are open. Let me know. Doing all kinds of stuff lately. Other than that, I'm just going to be working on the game for a while. So stay happy, stay healthy, keep your dice on the table. We'll catch up next time. Bye, everyone. I can't find the buttons because everything's weird today. Thanks for hanging out today, Corvus. I've moved everything around, and there it is. I found it. Okay, bye.